Welcome to Sounds of Brass.
Now, it's over to Peter Webster. In the Sounds of Brass newsroom, for this week's latest Sounds of Brass news.
Bonaccord Silver Band, newly formed youth band, has had its first rehearsal following 2 years of preparatory work in setting up an ensemble for young trainee instrumentalists. Thanks to a grant awarded from the William Sison Foundation, the support of Aberdeen City and Aberdeenshire music departments and local brass and percussion tutors, the band welcomed pupils aged 10 years to 15 years from across the region for their inaugural rehearsal on Sunday the 24th of August 2025. The players will meet weekly for their free practice sessions. The youth band's vice chairman, Gary MacDonald, commented by saying, "It's been a long journey getting to where we are today, securing funding and ensuring we comply with all the necessary safeguarding laws and regulations. But I'm delighted we are now finally able to get it across the line." Musical director Jennifer Cook was impressed after the first rehearsal and is looking forward to challenging the pupils' musical capabilities. The first public performance on Sunday the 14th of December 2025, where they will join both the Bonaccord Silver Band and B Band in Fountain Hall Church at the Socket for their annual Christmas concert. The Bonaccord Silver Band was formed in 1962 by the late Stuart Watson, MBE, a brass instructor with the City of Aberdeen. Membership grew to such an extent that a B Band was formed in 1978. Both bands regularly represent Aberdeen at the national and international level. A huge congratulations goes out to musical director Neil MacDonald and members of the Arbroath and Carnoustie Band on being crowned 4th section national champions at Cheltenham last weekend. Playing off the number 9 spot, the band beat 16 competitors in the section to make the top prize. Following them on stage after a comfort break for the adjudicators was Stranraer Brass under the direction of Angela Miller, who finished in a creditable 8th place. In the follow-up third section, it was top 6 double for the Scottish bands, with St Ronan's Silver Band under the direction of Michael Marzella and Renfrew Burr under the direction of Mark Good coming in 5th and 6th spots respectively. So the weekend's competitive music making in Cheltenham has come to an end with a respectable showing from our Scottish representatives. And just one band, Arbroath and Carnoustie, bringing back some silverware north of the border. The Mortimer family have announced the test pieces and adjudicators for next year's British Open Spring Festival. Care has been taken to ensure that both the choice of music and judges reflects the ongoing commitment to sustaining the development of the event as it is now relocated to Birmingham. Commenting on the prestigious event due to take place on the 2nd and 3rd of May at Birmingham's Town Hall and the Symphony Halls, Jennifer Blackwell performance space, the Mortimer family stated by saying 2026 heralds a new era for the 104th Spring Festival, one that also reinforces their commitment to securing and developing the event's future and its link directly to the British Open. We are delighted at the choices made by our artistic director Dr. Robert Child, which balance ambition to artistic excellence for the competitors, allied to the appreciation of the needs and expectations of our audiences. We offer everyone a warm musical welcome to the competitions at the new venues. The bands competing in the Grand Shield will be working hard to impress adjudicators Stephen Roberts and Anne Cruxton. The work, Star-Crossed Lovers, is from the pen of adjudicators Stephen Roberts. The music is based on Sergei Prokofiev's score for the ballet Romeo and Juliet, first composed back in 1935, but revised for its Soviet premiere at the Krab Theatre in Leningrad back in 1940. It will be familiar to many of the popular work composed for this year's British Open Championships. Ballet for Band by Joseph Horowitz has been selected to test bands in the Senior Cup. Originally commissioned for the 1983 National Championships of Great Britain, Horowitz stated, "The characters and plot were quite clear in my mind before composing it, but I prefer the audience to exercise its own imagination rather than to be influenced by mine." The work is in 3 linked sections, the central one being the most lyrical. All themes are directly or more subtly derived from the opening fanfare motive, which is heard at the end. The contests will be adjudicated by David Hurst and Lauren Petritz-Watts. In the Senior Cup, bands will compete with Roberts Farnan's Une vie de Malalotte, The Sailor's Life. The work was originally written for the 1975 national finals and has remained popular ever since. The contest will be adjudicated by Alan Morrison and Andrea Price. Band registrations is now open for the 2026 National Youth Brass Band Championships of Great Britain Youth Champs, the UK's flagship event for youth brass musicians. Taking place on Saturday the 28th of March 2026 at King Edward's School, Birmingham. The day is open to youth bands of all levels, from first-time performers to leading youth ensembles. With over 1,200 young musicians taking part annually, Youth Champs continues to shape the future of brass banding, offering bands the chance to perform, connect and be inspired. Youth Champs offers 4 section options to suit bands at every stage of their journey. Showcase section celebrating participation, creative and development. Performance section, supportive, low-pressure environment for bands new to contesting. Showcase section, aimed at ambitious ensembles inspiring to championship level in future years. Championship section, spotlighting the very best in youth banding. The highest place English band from the championship section will represent England at the 2027 European Brass Band Championships. The championship section set test piece for 2026 is Neverland, a captivating work by one of the most distinctive and exciting voices in contemporary brass band compositions, Christopher Bond. Commissioned and premiered by the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain in 2013. Neverland perfectly combines musical storytelling with the technical and expression demands ideal for youth bands. Christopher Bond commented by saying, "I'm absolutely delighted that Neverland will be performed at the 2026 Youth Champs. The piece was written with young musicians in mind, and it's always been about capturing imagination, energy and storytelling through music, qualities that youth bands bring in abundance. It's a real privilege to see it used to challenge and inspire the next generation of brass players on such a brilliant platform." Band entry fee is £100 or £50 for BBE members through BBE's Band Ticket Boost scheme. Member bands can earn back their entry fee entirely by distributing audience tickets to their supportive network. Registration opened Monday the 8th of September 2025. Registration closes Monday the 1st of December 2025 at 4 p.m. Prospective participating bands can now download the pre-entry pack, which gives an overview on how Youth Champs works and what to expect on the day. The pack and registration link can be found on BBE's Youth Champs information page at youthchamps.uk/about. That's youthchamps.uk/about. For further questions, please contact the Youth Champs team at youthchamps@bbe.org.uk. That's youthchamps@bbe.org.uk. The adjudicators for the forthcoming 2025 Dutch National Championships in Utrecht have been announced. Dr. Robert Childs, Katrina Marcella Wheeler and Jean van der Roos adjudicate the championship and first section competitions, delivering verdicts on performance of Rococo variations and connotations respectively. Meanwhile, Stephen Binns, Ido Gerard Kempener and Andrea Price will adjudicate the bands in the second, third and fourth divisions in an all-Gregson lineup. Bands in these divisions will perform the Plantagenets, Occasions and Partitat. The 44th edition of the event will take place at the Tivoli Vredenburg venue on the 31st of October and 1st of November. For further information, it is available at www.enbk.nl. That's www.enbk.nl. The British Open champions Brigas and Rastrick have announced that they are to bid a fond farewell to Flugel player Mike Eccles. Commenting on Mike's departure, a spokesman for the band stated by saying, "It is with heavy heart that we announce the departure of our flugelhorn player, Mike Eccles, from the Brigas and Rastrick band. Brigas and Rastrick has always been more than just a band. We are a family. That is why saying goodbye is never easy. When one of us moves on, it's bittersweet. We're sad to see them go, but proud to see them take the next step in their journey. Mike leaves us to pursue his passion for conducting and his dedication to inspiring younger musicians. We have no doubt he will excel, not only because of his incredible musicianship and experience, but also because of the warmth, kindness and generosity he brings to everyone around him. Over his years at Brigas and Rastrick, Mike has given so much to the band. His talent and commitment have left a mark on every performance, and his friendship and leadership have inspired those who have shared the stage with him, many of whom have known him long before his decade with Brighouse. He has been a guiding light, showing what it truly means to be a bandsman. Mike, it has been an honour and a privilege to make music with you. Though you leave the stage at Brighouse, you will always be a part of our family, and we will be cheering you on as loudly as ever as you embrace this exciting new chapter. Thank you, Mike, for everything, and from everyone here at Brighouse and Rastrick. Alison Balsam, OBE's stunning performance of the Hummel Trumpet Concerto as the soloist of this year's Last Night at the Proms, received significant press interest, with both the Times and the One Show featuring the virtuoso musician ahead of her retirement from the concert platform. Just prior to giving her final performance, the award-winning trumpeter revisited the band where it all started. During the BBC programme, Alison returned Royston Town Band, where she started playing aged 7. Commenting on her return to the Royston Band in Hertfordshire for the programme, Alison said that it was such a joy to film. Now passionate about inspiring youngsters to follow in her brass banding footsteps, she was filmed at her old primary school and a band rehearsal, meeting old and new friends, highlighting the family connections that continue to underpin the band's community success. If you'd like to watch the programme, the feature is currently available on BBC iPlayer at www.bbc.co.uk/iPlayer. That's www.bbc.co.uk/iPlayer. Live from the Sounds of Brass newsroom, I'm Peter Webster, and that was your weekly catch-up of your brass band entertainment, and brass band world news.